practicing my day 18 of the character resolution 2025, and today the subject is Ella Purnell. I'm not sure where this young lady is from, what TV series. If you know, just drop it in the comment section below. But anyway, I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to change the orientation so I can angle it on my paper and get going. All right. I think you can see that. As long as I can get my tripod to stand up straight, I think we'll be good. Let's see. This is the subject here. That's Ella Purnell. I'm going to move that out the way just for copyright's sake. I don't want to get a copyright strike for showing a picture that's not, that I don't have permission to show. I'm just going to set the paper up where you can see what I'm doing here. Now let me turn the camera just a tad bit more. About right there looks good. All right. And I'm also going to pull up the comment on my live. So just in case anybody says anything, hello, or anything like that, I'll be able to respond. All right. Well, I don't see it right now, so I'm just going to get started with this drawing. I'm going to use a pencil to draw in Ella's head. It looks a little squarish, so I'm going to go with this shape here, with the square shape in mind. Make her chin a little smaller there. These are just rough guidelines that I'm starting with. And her ear is about right there. All right. And then she's got her hair coming over part of her forehead there. And let me draw in her hair shape. She has a part in the middle of her hair, so I want to keep that in mind as I draw the shape of her head. Nice big curls there, but I'm going to keep the shape very basic. And I hope that's showing up. Let me get my eraser and bring that hairline up just a tad bit more. And now since I have the Ellie Parker, hi, how are you? So I'm going through my pencils here and markers, and I'm going to draw the shape of her face. Here's her cheekbone. I'm going to bring that down to the draw line there. Her chin. And then her neck right here. Her ear. And let's draw the shape of her hair. It's kind of falling over that eye there, but it's not going to cover it up. She has a part, so I want to remember that. Her part falls about right here as I do the shape of her hair here. And this is who we're drawing, Ella Parker, I believe her name is, Parnell. That's who's on the live, Ellie Parker, but she's Ella Parnell. I'm getting mixed up here. All right. And let's keep going here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's get this side of her hair. I hope everything is in view. And let's put that earring there before I get too far in and forget once I get it to putting in her hair. Let's finish this out. All right. And so what I do is I like to go over it with a Sharpie. Once I get everything laid in, I like to make the picture a little bit bolder by going over it with my Sharpie pencil or marker here. Let's go over this side too. And just get everything defined where I want it. Now I can go in and lay her features in. Her eyes are going to fall right about here, so I'm going to put my guideline in for her eyes. Her nose is going to fall right about there, and her mouth, I might bring her nose down a little bit, and her mouth about right there. This is the middle of her face here. And let's put her eyebrows in. I'm going to use my pencil here and just put a line for her eyebrow. And let's go on this side of her face. Right there. And so her nose, it's a little turned up. So I'm going to make the ball of her nose very pronounced. And then put a nostril right here. And then there's her other nostril. Let's close it out there. And I'm not worried about the pencil lines because I can always go back in once I've got everything where I want it to be. And I use my final lines. I could just erase these pencil lines here. So let me draw her eye. Well, let's finish with the eyebrow there. And now let's put the shape of her eye in. I want to have her looking over to her side there. And let's put this eye here, right about there. So now I can take my marker, now that I've got everything laid in, and go over it with this marker. So this is day 18 of the character resolution. And the subject matter is Ella Parnell. She's got on a lot of eye makeup, so I'm going to make this line a little bit heavier, and then I'm going to go out with the pen like that to indicate her eyelashes there. And then let's put her eye in. And here's the pupil. And let's put a little circle here. This is the highlight in her eye. And let's go ahead and draw the other eye here. Put that pupil in, and then the highlight there. This is the fold of her eye right here. And let's put in the eyelashes. And I'm going to put a little bit more definition over this eyelid because this is the eyeliner there. Just makes her look a little bit more made up. And let's give her a lid right here. And I'm going to also put my lines in for her eyebrows. Let's close the eye out here. Let's go about right there. And let me put in her nose. And here's her mouth. And let's draw her lips in. I want to give her some pouty lips. Let's see here. Let's go. I'm going to pencil it in first. Her little, I guess you can say pouty lips. I want this shape here. And then I want the bottom lip to be just a tad bit bigger, just a little bit there. And give her a little bit of a smile there. So let's marker that in, shall I say. And I think the chin is too big from here. And I'm going to see if I can change that. I don't like how big the chin is. So what I'm going to do is take my pencil and bring her hair over just a tad bit more. And you know what? I probably should have done the whole thing in pencil before I started with the marker. But let me see if I can save this. Let's get this marker here. Maybe. Huh? And let's put a little shadow underneath her chin. And what I'm going to do with the hair is turn this to the side. Get my other marker. Put that part in there. And she's got some nice curls in her hair. And I'm going to make this more a darker part of the hair here. Put that pattern in to indicate a curl. Give this a little bit more definition this way. Let's put some more here, a little bit here. And let's see here, this is going to have to be dark because that's where I corrected the mistake that I made by making her face a little bit too large, the bottom portion of it anyway. I think I saved it. Let's see. But this is practice, so if I didn't, mistake is a mistake. Come back at it again. Know what I need to do to get it right. And let's put a little bit more definition on this side as well. Now on this side, the earring isn't showing because the hair is covering it up. So there's one earring visible. And let's get And her hair is covering up part of her ear here. So that's why you're not seeing her full ear, because her hair is covering it up. I've got to learn to breathe and stay calm when I'm on live, because I always get nervous. I fumble my words. I just have to learn to relax and have fun with this. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to turn this to the side and fill in a little bit more of this. I want to leave a highlight, so I'm not going to fill in this total area here. I'm just going to leave some open spaces there, just kind of indicating the direction of her hair. And what I'm going to do is just, well, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm just going to erase my pencil lines and put a little color on here. Let's erase these pencil lines. You want to make sure that your marker dries, because if it's not dry, it will smudge your artwork. So just be careful to let it dry. Her eyes are a nice light brown. They look like to me. So I'm going to use this brown here to color in her eyes. Use the other eye. And then for her skin tone, the base tone, I want to use a light peach. I'm going to get my skin tones out here. This is light peach. Then I've got some brown tones. What am I going to put on her lips here? She's got like a red lipstick on, so I'm going to put this shade on her lips. But I'm going to leave a part open because there is a highlight on her lip, on her bottom lip. So I'm going to color all this in kind of heavy and leave that area open. And let's make that top lip a bit darker if we can by adding more pressure to the pencil. And also, to give it a little bit more value, I'm going to add a darker brown here, just ever so lightly, and then go back over it with this rose red. That makes it stand out a bit more. It's a little bit more pronounced, in my opinion. All right, so with this black, I'm going to color in her eyebrows here. Just a couple of quick swipes. And we're done with her eyebrows. So let's go with the base color. This is a pink. I want a peach color for her skin. This is blush pink. That's a little bit darker than what I want. Let's go with the flush tone if I can find it. This is a light peach. This is the color I was looking for. So this is my first layer here. I'm just going to do a base cover of everything. Just ever so quickly. Fill all this in. I don't know if that shows up on the camera or not, but it will, because I'm going to go back over it and add some more highlights and my shadows. So I have everything laid in. So now what I'm going to do is go in the eye area, because she's got makeup on. And I want to put a little bit more pressure on this very same pencil in this area here. Take it around the eye and the bridge of the nose. Now on her cheek area, there's a little bit more color. So I'm applying more pressure in a circular shape right here. Well, it's kind of like the form of the cheek is what I really want to say. And so on this side, I'm applying more pressure to the side of her face. And I also want to put some more on her eyelid up here. And on the bridge of her nose, right there. This is not the final application of color. This is like the second round here, because the first round we did a light application of this same color, light peach. And now I'm just using more pressure to get more color on the surface of the paper. And let's put a little bit more color here, right underneath, or yeah, underneath her lips. A little more color here on the sides of her mouth. Now, after I've done that, let's color the ear here. I didn't do anything to that ear. I want to put a little bit more pressure on this side with that there. And around here, a little bit more pressure to get a little bit more color. And let's go in with a darker tone. I've got the blush pink now, and let's see what that does in the eye area. See if it makes it look like she has on makeup or something. A little bit more color. Let's take that up a little bit higher. And let's put a little bit of this blush pink on her nose, the ball of her nose. Not going to cover it up completely, but just give it a little bit of value on her nose and right underneath it. It kind of makes it stand out a little bit. Let's do that here as well, above the cleft of her mouth, I guess you can say that is. And let's see, where else do I want to add a little bit more of this? Right in here, right on the cheek area. And underneath her neck. All right, so one more color. As a character artist, you don't want to spend too much time coloring as I have right now. You usually like to do this kind of quick. I'm going to use this, it's like a brown, and I'm not going to use a whole lot of pressure at all because I don't want to get her skin tone too dark. She has a lot of light on her face, so there's not many dark shadows showing right now. So I'm just going to go around the outer portion of her face and put a little bit more color here and on the bridge of her nose. A little bit more color here. And in this corner here of her eye. Not too much. I might have went down too far with that. Let's see if the eraser can move some of that. I've got an electric eraser. It does pretty well. Yeah, that does it. All right, so take this color here. All right, well, this is my cartoon rendition of Ella Purnell. And I had a time doing it. Hey, Jermaine, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to close out the collar of her neck here. I'm not going to, well, you know what? I'm going to put a necklace on her because she is wearing a necklace in this picture that I chose of her. I'm just going to do a simple design just like this, nothing complicated. And put a dot in here. And then I'm going to put her name on here. This is Ella Purnell. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to do some fancy lettering. But until then, this is it. And let me sign my name over here. I guess on the side of her hair here. And this is January 2025. This is day 18 of the Character Resolution 2025. Yeah, the lettering is something else. I have a book on lettering, but I haven't studied it like I should. Um, but I'm going to go in it one of these days and just have a time with learning lettering. All right, let me stop before I mess up. I put a line under it like that. All right. Well, that's my attempt at Ella Purnell, Day 18, Character Resolution 2025. Y'all take care.